Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Mass Effect 3 here on the Game Professor channel. I'm your host, the Game Professor, and we are in the aftermath of the From Ashes DLC mission to pick up our Prothean crewmate Javik here. And we've started talking to him a little bit. We're still in the conversation between Shepard, Javik, and Liara right now. And we're going to continue the conversation. So let me start off with talking about Prothean civilization.
Liara here would never forgive me if I didn't ask you. What was Prothean civilization like?
Yes, I've always wondered. What sort of government did you have? And can you tell me about your religious beliefs, or perhaps the...
We are dead now. What does it matter?
I'm sorry. Studying your history has been a lifelong passion of mine.
When I was born, our empire was already at war with the Reapers. The first thing I remember was seeing my planet on fire.
And that is an interesting point in terms of his relation with the extinction of the Protheans. So that's something to definitely keep in mind. Do you know anything from before that?
What was your civilization like before the Reaper attack?
We were the dominant race of our cycle. We ruled the galaxy.
My studies indicated you were the only race engaged in space travel at the time. I always found that curious.
We were one empire composed of many subjects. All eventually called themselves Prothean.
Okay.
What if they didn't want to?
They weren't given a choice.
Yeah, that does sound like slavery.
Are you saying you enslaved the other species?
Any could oppose us if they wished. And if they had won, they would have ruled. Many tried. None succeeded.
I had no idea Protheans were so... severe.
It was by necessity. Very early we encountered the dangers posed by machine intelligence. They rebelled against us.
We've had the same problem. They're called Geth.
We could not allow the machines to surpass us. It was decided the only way to win was to unite all organic life within our empire.
Did it...
Okay.
For a time, the Metacon War, we were turning the tide. Until the Reapers arrived. Then we understood machines had surpassed us long ago, in ways we could never imagine.
Alright. What is your mission?
Back on Eden Prime, it looked like there were other stasis pods. What happened?
The Empire had fallen, and we knew our cycle was lost. We were the final vanguard, the best soldiers left alive.
So more of you were supposed to survive into this cycle?
Yes. Under my leadership, a new Prothean empire would have arisen. We would have commanded the races of your time to prepare for the next Reaper invasion. But traitors within our ranks, indoctrinated agents, betrayed us, and the Reapers discovered our plan.
What if it had worked?
Just out of curiosity, how would you have commanded us?
By leaving you no other option. You would have joined our army, or faced the Reapers alone.
We've uncovered quite a few Prothean ruins. Were you observing our ancestors?
Before the war, we cultivated species who showed potential. Eventually, you would have been offered a choice to join the Empire. But when the Reapers attacked, we ceased all study. We hoped they would see you as too primitive to harvest.
Well, thank you, I think.
They obviously did. And that's an interesting point about the Reapers. They're not eradicating every race.
We've never seen a species with this sensory ability you have.
It was common among my people, imparting experience through touch, the chemistry of life. Complicated ideas could be absorbed in seconds.
That sounds very useful.
We evolved as hunters. Reading 1,000 details in our environment ensured our survival.
It seems somewhat similar to the mind meld type ability that the Asari have, but also distinctly different.
I need to understand the beacons a bit more.
Later, we developed technology to harness our ability. Information could be stored in certain objects through touch. Memory has its own biomarker, its own chemistry, as do knowledge and skills. The beacons could remember these things.
Things
Okay.
like Reaper invasions.
Yes, I can still sense the turmoil in you, witnessing the extinction of our empire. The fabric of your being was forever marked that day.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, could you read something about this room?
There was liquid, a form of incubation. The DNA of a Krogan who lived here. He was powerful, prone to violence.
I'm impressed. His name was Grunt.
And if he were my enemy, I would have given him a wide berth. There is great strength in his genes.
Oh, very cool. What can you tell me about your war with the Reapers?
What can you tell us about your own war with the Reapers?
Many of the details were lost. The conflict lasted for centuries. Those that faced the Reapers in the beginning were long dead when I was born. There were memory shards, however, passed down from soldier to soldier. They gave us fragments of what happened.
We met Vigil on Ilos.
Several years ago, we found a Prothean VI that called itself Vigil on the planet Ilos. He was the caretaker of a research project.
During my life, Ilos was only a ruin. It was said we had cities there, built on the ruins of a civilization before us, the Inusanon. If our scientists did have a research facility, whatever they were doing was secret.
Yes, Vigil said they wiped all traces of themselves from the records so the Reapers couldn't find them.
The scientists eventually went into cryogenic stasis.
More of my people survived?
No. But they did stop the Reapers from taking control of the Citadel in this cycle. It delayed their invasion.
I never saw the Citadel. It was captured long before I was born.
Yeah. Makes sense. Knowing that you were several generations removed from the original siege, for lack of a better word. It makes sense.
How did your people wage war against the Reapers?
Attrition. We fought them system by system, planet by planet, city by city. Entire worlds were sacrificed just to slow the Reapers down. Time they spent harvesting a population was time we could regroup.
That must have cost you in the long run.
Yes.
Yeah.
Our own people would be indoctrinated, converted, then turned against us. But there was no choice. Mercy is not a weapon. It is a weakness.
Okay. This is me interpreting what he says, and I can understand that within certain contexts. But by and large, no. I would not agree with that
Why
sentiment.
do you think your own cycle lost the war?
What had been our strength, our empire, became a liability. All races conformed to one doctrine, one strategy. The
Okay.
Reapers exploited this. Once they found our weaknesses, we could not adapt. The subservient races became divided and confused. Then, it was only a matter of time.
I'm happy to say our cycle is different. Most races cooperate, but they still remain unique.
Then it may be your only hope.
I'm glad that he can recognize the potential advantage of that. That says a lot about him as a character.
Is there anything more you can tell us about this device your people were trying to build?
We heard only stories. They said our scientists were constructing a great machine that had the power to defeat the Reapers.
You never saw it?
By that point, the Empire was smashed into pieces. None of us knew what the others were doing.
Well, if we don't finish it soon, the same will be true of us.
Well, that makes me think, if he was supposed to be the the vanguard of vengeance for the Protheans, did other worlds have their own exemplars of each of these virtues, for lack of a better word? And it's interesting to think about, because if the Empire was shattered, there's no way that the rest of the Empire could know about him being this vanguard of vengeance. So, very interesting.
Thank you for talking with me. I never imagined actually meeting a Prothean.
This has been amusing.
Oh?
To discover the most primitive races of my time now rule the galaxy. The Asari, the humans, the Turians.
There's also the Solarians.
The lizard people evolved.
I believe they're amphibian.
They used to eat flies.
I feel like they gave him a little smirk there that I
You may
like.
count on me. I am known as Javik.
And welcome aboard the Normandy, Javik.
All right. I think I've actually picked him up late enough that I can actually add him to my squad at any point. So we got his particle rifle. Let's chat with him again, see if he has anything else to say.
So much has been lost. So much has changed. And yet the Reapers are still here.
Yep.
For me, it was only yesterday. Our empire spanned the galaxy. Now we are only a myth.
Not quite, but
I still have much to learn about this cycle.
that is accurate.
I still have much to learn about this
Alright.
cycle.
Alright, nothing else. Let's check in with Allers, see if she has anything to say at this point.
Have you seen our newest crew member?
You mean the biggest story in 50,000 years that I can in no way talk about?
So yeah, I've seen him. Just wondering.
I'm not gonna lie, I really feel like Trainer and Allers seem like they could become an item. And I honestly kind of like that.
You know, in the old days, they didn't have automat on cameras. Reporters had to cake on the makeup.
Yep, that is accurate.
Do we need to talk, Commander?
Carry on, Allers.
Not right now, Allers.
Let me know when we do.
Alright. I do appreciate checking in with her, seeing
Edie doesn't
if she has
pilot the
anything.
Normandy, she is the Normandy.
No, she's a passenger in the Normandy, just like us. The ship was a spacefaring vessel before Edie even existed.
Okay.
Engineer Donnelly is correct. The Normandy SR-2 was completely spaceworthy prior to my installation.
See, Edie agrees with me.
Edie's mind and the Normandy are a whole entity now. You couldn't just move the processors in the AI core to another ship.
Yeah.
Engineer Adams is correct. Processes that contribute to my self-awareness are spread throughout the ship.
See? Edie agrees with me.
But unlike Edie, our brains couldn't have existed without our bodies.
That is a requisite from being organic. You have to look beyond that limited definition of life.
Joker pilots the Normandy. He doesn't take over Edie's body when he does that. When Edie controls the ship, she's piloting, just like Joker.
Edie doesn't pilot the Normandy, she is the Normandy.
No, she's a
I
passenger
think
in the
that I
Normandy, just
agree
like
with
us.
Adams on
Ship
this.
can direct the Normandy with her thoughts. She sees, hears, and feels through the ship's sensor arrays. The Normandy is her body.
Yeah.
I've seen Edie's body, and its curves are a fine sight better than the Normandy's hull.
So what do you think, Edie?
Are we more than our thoughts?
I'm done. Any more of this and my head's gonna explode.
I mean, Donnelly, you're ridiculous.
Those FBA couplings you got last tour are still holding up. Thanks again, Commander.
Our
Awesome.
grid is in the green.
Commander.
Alright, nothing from our engineering staff. I got the space hamster, right? I'm pretty sure I got the space hamster. Oh, got another model there. Definitely want to get all our models. But now, continue our little crew debrief. Let's go down and chat with James and Cortez. I'm gonna sneeze again. Ooh, excuse me. Oof. Let's see if Cortez has anything to say.
Everything okay with the shuttle?
Just double checking the inertia dampener coils. Can be twitchy in these UT-47s. But don't worry, this bird's been rock solid.
Do you ever rest?
I always see you down here working your ass off. Ever take any downtime?
I get my sleep, Commander. Flying tired is nearly worse than flying drunk.
What about your waking hours? Any R&R?
I need to keep myself busy. Otherwise, well, too much time to think.
Don't work too hard. Seriously, Steve. Don't work too hard.
I appreciate your dedication, but I don't want to see you burn out.
I know my limits. I wouldn't take a chance with your life.
So before this war, you must have done something to relax.
Sure. I remember back when the Hawking was based out of Arcturus and I was just a fighter jock. There was this observation deck overlooking the main flight paths. You could watch every ship taxi in and out. When I was alone, I'd turn off the auditory emulators and just watch them drift by in silence.
You know, there are views like that on the Citadel. Next time we're there, you should take some shore leave. Clear your head.
I don't know. Maybe.
Do it for me.
Take some time off on the Citadel, Steve. As a favor to me.
If you put it that way, how can I say no?
You can't.
I appreciate that he said that he has that reaction regardless of Shepard's gender.
Ma'am.
Because I'm sure the inherent take of it with Bro Shep is that it's flirting. But it's... it shows the social relationship.
I still can't believe it. A real live Prothean. Doc must be over the moon.
Yeah.
You could say that.
I hear the
Definitely.
guy's not all there. Exactly. Damn. I can't imagine. Brought forward 50,000 years. Last of your kind. That's bound to screw with your mind.
Yeah.
Well, here's hoping he can help us with the Reapers.
Yep.
That Primarch's got some real cojones. We need more politicians like him. Taking names and kicking ass.
Oh, James.
I bet the elusive man's boiling in his brandy right about now. Took that Prothean right out from under him.
That we did.
That Jack is a mean SOB. But kind of hot. If you like that sort of thing.
Oh, you think she's hot.
So, Anderson and Sanders. That's quite a couple. Huh. My dad's last name is Sanders. No relation.
Yeah, could be.
Hey.
Technically, could be, because Kaylee technically takes her name from her mother's side. Oh, I'm so glad that I upgraded the Matic. I'm so glad that I did that. That's what I wanted. I wanted to see if I missed anything. Woof. Alright. Yes, please. It's the ultralight materials that I really want to get, so that's good. And then let's go check in with Liara. I'm sure she's reeling, frankly. We can also check in with good old Garrus. I honestly should probably check in with Dr. Chakwas too. Now that I think about it, I don't think I've checked in with her at all. But now, should have even less of a draw on my power recharge, which will be great.
Thank you for the data packet. The results are available on the Information Network terminal.
Alright. Didn't realize I picked something up. Remains of Reaper Destroyer. To avoid the risk of indoctrination, remote drones have been sent to study the salvaged remains of a Reaper Destroyer. The drones can dig under the outer hull, scanning circuits for technology that will increase the speed at which tech, biotic, and combat abilities can be fired. Alternatively, this council has offered a Citadel-wide merchant discount for choosing the safer option and demolishing the remains. Okay. I think I'm gonna go for the store discount, honestly. I know that probably seems weird, but that truly feels like the right choice right now for me.
A Prothean. A living, breathing Prothean right below me.
He's not what I expected.
Yeah.
Me neither. He was a little cold when I tried to talk. I understand the shock of waking up again. His species gone. But a Prothean, Shepard. There's so much he could tell us.
Yeah, I agree that he was a little overly cold to you.
Hello again.
Alright, let's get over to Garrus. And looking at the timing, I'm thinking this is just going to be a crew debrief episode as a whole.
Seen a lot of crazy things in my time on the Normandy, Shepard. A talking Reaper, a talking plant, and now a real live talking Prothean. Kind of a thing. Waking up to find everything you know is destroyed. But I imagine the chance to get some payback is consolation. Doubt you and I will ever get a second chance against the Reapers. What do you suppose the Prothean eats? What if it's boiled Asari with a side of fried Turian? I don't know about Liara, but I'm not taking that one for the team.
I wouldn't let Liara take that one for the team.
If this war goes south, maybe we could freeze you for 50,000 years, Shepard. You could go from being merely famous to legendary.
Yeah.
Later.
Right. Alrighty. Check in with Dr. Chakwas.
I'm glad to see we have Garrus back. I wanted to help with his scars, but I think he actually likes it.
Yeah.
Take care, Commander.
Huh. Nothing else to say. Alright. Reassign powers and bonuses. Okay. Well then, go up one more deck so we can check in with Trainer, Joker, and Edie. Then it'll be decision time because we know Caden's waiting for us. I don't want to leave interacting with him undone effectively. It's actually pretty important to check in with him / Ashley, whomever it is. And an alert, new article on Eden Prime. Alliance officials confirm a local resistance movement that has successfully pushed Cerberus forces off Eden Prime. Cerberus attacked Eden Prime for reasons that remain unclear and set up facilities to occupy the colony. But after constant attacks from a united populace, Cerberus troops retreated. Alliance officials are sending in evacuation transports now to get the colonists off-world before Reaper forces reach the colony. We owe this victory to the Alliance, Resistant leader Edward Crabb said in a prepared statement. The people of Eden Prime have always been ready to fight, but Alliance intel gave us the tools we needed to push those Cerberus bastards off our planet. Many Resistance fighters have said they plan to enlist to support the Alliance. Well, that's actually a pretty significant advantage there.
4 colonists on Eden Prime. First the Geth attack, now Cerberus.
Yeah.
For what it's worth, our new crew member doesn't need a translator himself, but he shared a Prothean language tutorial program. It was apparently designed for servant races being inducted into the Empire. Charming cultural clue.
You can say that again. Alright. See if Edie has anything else to say. She's the more important one between Joker and Edie, technically, but just because she could potentially have questions. Choo-choo-choo, we've done all of that already.
Carry on, Edie. Understood. If you wish to talk more, this body will be here. I'm getting the crew used to seeing me on the bridge. Noted.
Oof.
So a Prothean? A real live Prothean? Has Liara stopped bouncing yet? I'm guessing there may have been some bouncing.
Oh my goodness, Joker.
Commander?
Alright. Alright, that is all then. Let's take a look at our missions then, before we take a look. Actually, you know what? It also may be good to see if Captain Anderson has anything to say.
Birds don't quit when things get ugly. Give 'em that.
Alright. This is a very long scanner. Oh my goodness. My nose, in turn, is making my ear itch. So it's like, ugh. And nothing. Alright. Well, that was useless. Let's get back to the galaxy map then. Oh, wow. I'll be right back, everybody. There we go. Apologies. Obviously, with the sneezing, something's up with my nose. And I guess my allergies are a little more active today than I thought they were. But, let's see here. Take a look at our journal first. So, we have a lot. We have a lot on the Citadel. We have to deal with Arya. We have everything on the Citadel for her. We have some more searching to do for this improved power grid, Barlavan, the Dranic system, and the Krogan DMZ. I do want to try to get stuff before we go back, so honestly, I'll probably take a little bit of time to just do a little bit of searching. Ismar Frontier, we've already done that. That was on the that was on Grissom Academy. We need to go to Benning. We need to go see Dr. Bryson on the Citadel. That's going to start the Leviathan DLC. That's a little bit down the line. Banner of the 1st Regiment and the Apian Crest, the Shrike Abyssal, and we still have a Cerberus lab to go to. So, let's see what all we have access to first. Because we've gotten all assets around here. Anna's Basin is where we're meeting with the diplomats. Up here, that's going to be where the Cerberus lab is. That's a ways away. I don't want to do that just yet. Petra, there's the Apian Crest. According to this, we've already gotten everything there. But I don't think we have. Ismar Frontier, that's another place. Well, everything it looks like so far has us going through the Citadel. So let's go back to the Citadel. And we'll check in with Caden at the very least. Honestly, we'll probably do Arya's little missions as well. Not start the Omega DLC yet. That'll hold off as well. Both Omega and Leviathan I like to keep off a little bit at the very least. The tricky thing with the Leviathan DLC is it is one that you kind of want to naturally incorporate with everything, whereas the Omega DLC, it's just about finding the right spot
You're
for
clear
it.
to dock, Normandy. Do you need ground transport?
The hospital, please.
I need to get to the hospital. Yes, Commander.
And we'll check in with Kaidan, and that'll be the end of this episode. All right. There's Thane. We'll talk to him next time. Let's check in with these folks.
We're at this little farm. We'd killed a few enemy scouts, and it's quiet. The shuttle gets called away for support, so I'm there for the night. The humans get me dinner, show me around. One of them, this freckled farm girl, maybe 15. She wants to hear all about what it's like to be a commando.
You were probably the most exciting thing ever to land at her farm.
Mm-hmm.
She's saying she wants to be a pilot, and I say that life on a ship is grimy. And she asks if I'd like to use their shower.
Going by my records, you'd been on active duty for more than 3 weeks. Probably no real chance to get clean in all that time.
Pretty much,
Yeah. Let's buy some stuff. Oh.
Be safe.
Nothing to buy. Have I already bought the whiskey that I can give Kaidan then? Okay. Let's drop these off with her. Oh, Kaidan is up.
I overheard you talking. Grissom Academy is gone, but I found this while I was there.
What is this? Yes, these are tailored to human physiology, but with a few alterations, they should work for the Asari as well.
Sweet.
This is exactly what I needed. Thank you.
Perfect. That's what I like to hear. Hey, Kaidan.
Hey, Shepard. If you came to spring me, you're late. I'm getting out soon.
Good to hear.
Maybe you already saw the vid, but I accepted Udina's offer.
Excellent.
Kaidan Alenko. That's a big deal.
Only the second human Spectre. It's humbling. Udina thinks they may have a pretty big ceremony, even with the war. And he says a celebration will be something hopeful to latch onto.
Stupid. Yeah, that's stupid.
You ready to take on that responsibility?
You set the bar pretty high, but I'll do my best. It's strange. On Mars, I should have died. The promotion from Anderson, Spectre status. These are terrible days. But I've been lucky.
You're more than qualified, Kaidan.
Can't think of a more deserving candidate.
That means a lot. I'm happy. I want to serve.
I thought you might want to join the Normandy.
Yeah. I have thought about that. I just need to get out of here first, though. Take care of some things. I've been trying to locate my old Spec Ops squads. My students from Biotics Division.
Any luck?
Okay.
No, probably went underground, but they'll turn up. If
All
they were
right.
easy to find, they wouldn't be doing their jobs.
Accurate.
Let me know when you're out. Take care, Spectre Alenko.
Stay safe.
All right. Now I'm trying to remember if I went and saw him the first time that he was awake. I think I did. All right. But let's get out here. We'll start next episode by chatting with Thane. So, thank you so much for watching, everybody. Be sure to hit the subscribe button so you always know when I have new videos coming out, and follow the links in the description to the Facebook page and Discord server so you can join the conversation. But until next time, everybody, this is your Game Professor, signing off. I'll see you then.